You ever get to the end of the month and look at your bank account and think, where did it all go? Like, you didn't buy anything crazy. You didn't go on some expensive vacation. You didn't make any massive purchases, but somehow your savings account looks exactly the same as it did last month, maybe even worse. And you're doing everything right. Supposedly, you're tracking your spending. You're trying to be disciplined. You're saying no to big expenses, but there's this one thing, this one category of expense that's just quietly bleeding your money dry every single month, and most people don't even see it happening. My name is Chris, and I spend way too much time thinking about money and why people make the financial decisions they do. And what I've realized is that there's one expense destroying more people's savings than anything else right now. It's not your rent. It's not your car. It's not even eating out, though that's bad too. It's something way more insidious because it doesn't feel like spending at all. And by the end of this, you're going to see exactly what it is, how much it's actually costing you, and how to stop the bleeding before it destroys another year of potential savings. Let's just get right to it. Subscriptions. Hi, I know that sounds too simple, but hear me out because the numbers are absolutely insane. The average American is spending $273 per month on subscription services. That's over $3,000 a year. But here's the really disturbing part. When people are asked to estimate how much they spend on subscriptions, they guess around $111. They're off by $162 a month. They literally have no idea how much money is leaving their account automatically every single month. And 42% of people admit they've completely forgotten about at least one subscription they're still paying for. This isn't occasional spending. This isn't a conscious choice you're making every month. This is money that's just disappearing on autopilot while you're trying to figure out why you can't save. Here's what makes subscriptions so dangerous compared to every other type of spending. When you buy something, you feel it. You hand over money, you get something in return. The transaction is complete. There's psychological friction. But subscriptions, they're designed to be frictionless. Like, you sign up once, usually during some free trial or promotional period. You enter your payment information, and then it just runs forever in the background. You're not making a decision to spend that money every month. It's just happening. And because each individual subscription feels small, $10 here, $15 there, your brain doesn't register it as significant spending. But when you add them all up, streaming services average $48 a month. Music, cloud storage, productivity apps, another $20 to $30. Fitness apps, meditation apps, food delivery memberships, another $20 to $40. Gaming subscriptions, $32 on average. News, audiobooks, online learning, another $24. And we haven't even gotten to the ones people forget about. That software you signed up for 6 months ago and used once. The premium version of an app you don't even open anymore. The monthly box service that seemed fun, but now just sits unopened. And here's the really painful part. When you calculate the opportunity cost, the real cost of these subscriptions becomes absolutely devastating. Let's say you're spending that average of $273 a month on subscriptions. Most of it you're not even actively using or could easily replace with free alternatives. If you cut that in half, just half, that's $136 a month you could redirect to investments. Over 30 years at 8% returns, that's not $3,000 saved. It's over $200,000 in wealth you didn't build because you were paying for streaming services and apps you barely use. $200,000. That's the actual cost of subscription creep, not the $15 a month for each service. It's the hundreds of thousands in compound growth you're giving up. But subscriptions are extra dangerous for another reason that people don't talk about enough. They distort your understanding of what your lifestyle actually costs. You look at your major expenses, rent, car, food, insurance, and you think you understand your budget. But underneath all of that, there's this layer of recurring charges that you've completely stopped noticing. And because you don't notice them, you don't factor them into your financial planning. You think you have $200 a month to save, but actually that 200 is already being eaten by subscriptions you forgot about. So you end up with nothing left to save and you can't figure out why. The subscriptions created this invisible baseline of spending that's sabotaging every attempt you make to build wealth. And here's what makes this even more insidious in 2026 specifically. The number of subscriptions has exploded. 20 years ago, you might have had cable and maybe a gym membership. That was it. Now, everything is a subscription. Your phone apps want monthly payments. Your doorbell camera wants a subscription. Your car wants a subscription for features that used to just be included. Software you used to buy once now requires monthly payments forever. Entertainment is fragmented across a dozen streaming platforms. Even your coffee and groceries can be subscription-based now. The entire economy has shifted toward extracting small recurring payments from you because companies figured out that people will tolerate lots of small charges way better than one big purchase, and it's working. It's working so well that people are spending almost $300 a month without even realizing it. So what do you actually do about this? Because I don't think the answer is cancel everything and live like a hermit. The answer is conscious control. You need to know exactly what you're subscribed to and whether it's worth the money. You'll go through your bank statements and credit card statements for the last 3 months. Write down every single recurring charge, every subscription, every membership, every automatic payment. Then ask yourself, honestly, when's the last time I used this? If the answer is, I forgot I had this or more than a month ago, cancel it immediately. For the ones you are using, ask if there's a free alternative or a cheaper option. Do you really need 5 streaming services or can you rotate through them one at a time? Do you need premium versions or would the free tier work fine? The goal isn't deprivation, it's intentionality. Every subscription you keep should be something you actively use and value more than the savings it's costing you. Look, here's what you need to understand. Subscriptions are the silent wealth killer of the 2020s. They're the reason people who think they're being responsible with money still can't save. They're small enough to feel harmless, but they add up to thousands of dollars a year and over decades, hundreds of thousands in lost wealth. The expense destroying your savings every month isn't dramatic. It's not one big mistake. It's 15 quiet automatic charges that you stopped noticing years ago. And until you take control of them, until you make them visible and intentional again, you're going to keep wondering why you can't get ahead financially. So go look at your subscriptions today, right now, not later. Add them all up, see the real number, and then start cutting. Because every dollar you free up from subscriptions you don't need is a dollar that can actually build the financial future you want. And honestly, that's worth way more than another streaming service you barely watch. If this made you immediately want to check your bank statements, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to understand what happens once you plug these leaks and start actually building wealth, check out the first $10,000 is miserable, then it gets easier. I'll see you in the next one.